What's up, y'all? It's Chris with arch-usa.com. As always, I have exciting stuff to share with you or informative things to share with you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all you new subscribers. I promise you guys I'm going to do something nice for you all in the future. I just have to get to a point where I have enough subscribers to justify doing something really nice in the future. And we'll eventually get to that stage. But today is a discussion on something that I see all over sneaker YouTube and sneaker media is problems with StockX. A while back, I did a video and I said that eBay will find it hard to take sellers back from StockX. And the reason I explained in that video that eBay, even with the removal of fees, would have a difficult time, the reason that a lot of sellers have switched over, especially the bigger bulk sellers, is because the speed at which you can sell a shoe on StockX. However, if eBay makes one small adjustment, I actually started working on a paper, and I was writing this paper about eBay, and I was like, man, if eBay simply changed the user interface on their site and created an option where eBay would have an immediate bid available for viewing by the seller, they could shut them down. But that's not going to get through to you guys and explain to you why eBay can actually usurp and begin to push StockX back into its place in the sneaker area, where they have a really big opening. And this is a running return on updates, an article. I'm going to put this article down in the description for you guys to check out. StockX has some glitches on the desktop. In the app, there are some glitches as well. But the big issue with StockX are the returns and the reasons for return. In many instances, the things that they send back, if they simply offered the buyer the opportunity to see it, but I understand why StockX does not give the buyer the chance to say no, because they would become like eBay. The buyers on eBay, super problematic. They don't pay when they win an auction. There's all of these small things that they do that's very it just gets on your nerves. And what StockX did was they made it so that StockX could basically create a platform where they don't accept any returns at all. Now, when they return something to the seller, some of it is very problematic. Some of it is the fault of the seller. So here are returns from StockX, and I'm showing you guys this because I want you to get a look at some of the things that StockX has sent back that they could have offered the seller a chance, or the people who authenticate simply needed a wipe to wipe off a shoe. So I'm opening these up in tabs so you guys can get a look at the returns that I've gotten, and I'm keeping a running tab on this, and it's not all of them. Just in the last week, I've had over $1,500 in returns on StockX, and as you guys notice, these are not all hot shoes. They are very basic shoes because the demographics on StockX has changed. Regular people are buying kicks on StockX. All right, so I'm opening up all of these so you guys can see them, and it's a lot. I know somebody right now is saying, damn, all of those things returned? And I'm like, yeah, and a whole lot more than that. Like I said, I had over $1,500 in returns in the last week and a half. And I know for certain that many of these, there was nothing wrong with the stuff. There was nothing at all wrong with it. These guys just decided to send something back, especially the fact that everything that I tend to buy is new. So there aren't any problems with it. I just want you guys to see this. And I know this is taking a bit of time, and I apologize, but let's get to the process of going through these returns. Here we go. All right, so the first thing that I'm showing you is a B grade. That's my fault. StockX does not accept B grades. It's a big mistake by the company to not do so, and I think it's going to hurt them in the long run. Now, let's go to the next one. This is an Air Max 97. Look at the outsole. Someone tried the shoe on. This in no way means that the shoe was worn. You don't see any heel drag or anything else. It was on a dirty floor. I actually took this shoe, wiped it off with a shout wipe, and resold it on StockX. Let's keep going. Air Force One, same thing as the Air Max 97. Someone tried this on. You can see that there's no drag on the stars, nothing at all, right? Just a little dirt. Wipe it off, resold on StockX. Same thing here. We go to this up-tempo. Someone tried it on. You know what I'm saying? You can look back here at the back, and you can see that someone tried that on in the store. Now, I get the idea that something's supposed to be dead stock. I wiped this off. All it took was a wipe. Clean. Resold on StockX. We keep going. There's a little bit of dirt in this crevice. That came from the factory that way. That came directly from Nike in that way. It's not me. Went in, used an eraser, sent it back, sold it on StockX. I'm still going here. This is not dirt. That's the rubber compound on the toe of the Epic React. That's not dirt. It's not dirt. That's the rubber compound. They sent that back. I sent it back. They accepted it. The rip in the box. I don't send anything with a rip in the box. I know that StockX doesn't like that. Now, during the process of shipping, this may have been torn or something else. But I sold this before below retail. Do you think the customer would have cared about a rip in a recycled box? No. All right, let's keep going. The toe box of the Kill Shot. Anybody out there who owns a pair of Kill Shots realizes that every toe box on the Kill Shot is creased directly from the factory, especially when you can see that it still has the factory lacing. That is not from wear. That's the design of the shoe, and Nike uses a shoe insert as opposed to paper, and those shoes simply have creases, especially the bigger sizes. Let's keep going. This shoe was sent back. Nothing. Nothing. It was sent back for something here, I think, which because they sent the picture back to me, they said this was heel drag. That this is not. That's just the way the shoe is, rounded back there at the back. Nobody wore these shoes. It's obvious nobody wore these shoes. But they said that was wear and they sent it back. This is a box I shipped them. When I sent it to them, there was this slice. And it was a slice. I'll admit that. It was a slice from a box cutter when they were opening the box. This is how this thing came back to me from them. Ripped apart. Right? The whole box exploded, torn apart. I sold this on Amazon. Sold it on Amazon. Person didn't return it, didn't complain. Why? Because it was a purchase that was below retail. Air Force One, StockX. There's nothing wrong with this shoe. They sent it back. Now they put it side by side like this as if to show me that there was a flaw. There's no flaw. Sold the exact same shoe on StockX. Same thing here. They're looking at something right here on this little piece of dirt. I did wipe that off. When I did, send it back. And it went through. But they could have done that. There's no way in hell I sent this box to StockX. This looks like to me, and I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see me, somebody put their finger in there and they pulled it, trying to pull it out of a box that was a bulk box, and it ripped. So they charged me and they sent it back. This, one of the most popular shoes, they sent this back for this piece that's right here at the front, which is obviously a manufacturer's little kind of crease, maybe? I don't know. But there's nothing wrong with that shoe. This little crease, if you write the person who was getting it, maybe they sent it back for this little dark spot. I have no idea. But they sent this back. Doesn't make sense. Now, This is where it gets in. So this is where it gets interesting, right? I did not send this box to them like this. I didn't. I would never send a box out like that at all. This was ripped either in shipment to them or in their facility. This was not me. Now, I'm going over here to prove what I'm saying. Here's a shipment from StockX. This came to my house like this. Now imagine you bought something and it returns or it arrives to your house like this. And you can't return it to StockX because StockX doesn't have a return policy. And the only reason, and I got to go all the way back here so you can see it. The only reason that shoe, let's see if it opened up here, didn't have any damage is because it was a preschool shoe. It's the only reason it didn't have any damage. I'm keeping a running tab because it proves a point that no platform is infallible. You have problems on Amazon. You have problems on Amazon has a 30% return rate. You sell 100 shoes, you're going to get 30 of them back. That's not a joke. That's not an exaggeration. You'll get 20% to 30% in returns if you sell 100 shoes on Amazon. Amazon has its own problems. StockX obviously has its own problems. eBay has its own problems. You utilize these platforms and you attempt to figure out the best one. But StockX is in a very peculiar position of actually encountering a spot where they will, not potentially be, will be usurped by eBay. And one of the biggest reasons why that's going to happen, returns. When you buy something on StockX, you are charged for shipping. When I sell something on StockX, I am not charged for shipping. But the package has to ship to StockX. That's the person paying for it. Now it has to ship to the customer. Where does that expense come from? It's up in the air. But this is the big issue. I predict in the next year, the sellers will be charged on the front end. Because right now, it feels like to me StockX is getting their money off of the returns where they charge you $15 for a return. There are problems here. We all know that there are problems. Ultimately, the third-party platform that figures out how to best serve the sneaker community, the seller, is the platform that's going to win long term. That's it. I'm out of teacher mode. I'm out of professor mode. Am I irritated a bit? Yeah. But doing these videos is going to probably help someone. I don't know who. It's going to help someone. If you want to see this page, it'll be in the description. You can go and check it out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. That was almost like my old dirty bastard moment. Peace, y'all.